It's marvelous. It's tremendous. It's incredible. It's something special. It's so many words. We could say it all night, all long. It is going to be maybe stupendous, maybe stupid. I don't know. I will have guests joining me shortly as Christopher Ross joins in the fold. But yes, it is once again that time, ladies and gentlemen, viewers on demand or live, and professional wrestling fans galore, where we talk about the biggest spectacle in all of sports entertainment, the showcase of the immortals as the panel comes in one by one. I am, of course, referring to WrestleMania. And I digress. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good night. Whenever you may watch this on live or on demand, you know what this is, for I am the Simple Man, and my name is Noah Foster. And once again, back with the NoDQ Galaxy predictions panel, a cast of characters and wonderful friends in pro wrestling, where we talk all sorts of things pro wrestling. And just joining in the fray, of course, is longtime comers Christopher Rotz and Jeff Chadwick, two of the immortal pillars of the NoDQ Galaxy panel. Gentlemen, it is great to see you. We are off and running. Here we freaking go. Before we get into it, Jeff, I'll start off with you. How are you?
Oh, tired. It's been a
makes
long
sense.
day.
I've done freaking, I don't know how much talking of pro wrestling today, and I'm still going. So there you go.
It's been a long day at work. Here it is,
I imagine.
10:30 at night, but here I am.
All right, and last but not least, we got Tim Tobin. I'll get to him in a moment. First off, Chris, my friend, you got the shirt. You look ready for the week ahead. How are you tonight?
I'm definitely ready. I'm looking forward to both NXT and WrestleMania, and happy anniversary to me. This is my anniversary episode.
That's right.
My anniversary panel, and I want to thank Mark Griffin, Jeff Chadwick, and Noah Foster to give me a wonderful experience last year being on here, and I'm looking forward on to the future with you guys.
Good deal, my friend. And last but not least, it is a great influencer and a great friend as well, Tim Tobin. Tim, you made it, buddy. And it looks like you're working very well tonight with the camera and the mic. How are you, sir?
Good, awesome. Nice to meet you guys, too.
And it's always great to have you. Shout out, of course, to Josh Mansfield. Please follow his columns, folks, at NoDQ.com. As he says, this reminds me that it's Tuesday, and I still haven't started writing my Mansfield matchups. WrestleMania Con for NoDQ yet. LOL. Well, to be fair, I feel like some people forgot. Wait, what? It's WrestleMania this weekend? What? And everything else? What? Yes, it's the craziest professional wrestling weekend of the year. So buckle up. Now, I said I set a time limit for this, but there's no time limit in pro wrestling, so I've jabbered on enough. So with that being said, gentlemen, let's get right into it. But first, James, literally just got off with Jeff Meacham and Noah. Shout out to the workhorse of media coverage. Noah, don't do it. Don't put me on the spot like that. Appreciate it. Hey, I'm just here to encourage everybody to just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. And again, folks, your opinions matter too in all things wrestling. Shout out to the W Crew on Twitter. As I do have forums for not just Impact Wrestling, not just the Ring of Honor Supercard, but also NXT Stand Deliver. So we're going to kick off things with that. Link will be in the description down below, so come join the league now, as that forum will be live as I talk with these gentlemen throughout this video. So stay tuned shortly on that. Guys, we got a 6-match showcase, I thought, but then it turned into 7 matches, as I heard while I was doing my predictions on the Jeff Meacham Network. So I want to go ahead and just start off with the kickoff, because, well, it's the kickoff. How in the hell is Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai all of a sudden reunited, and does it really feel so good? And where is Minnie Chu? Did she sleep herself into a coma? Someone explain this madness to me. But I digress. That being said, it's Toxic Attraction. It's NXT's women's top-tier product in Bruce Pritchard and Vince's NXT. I got the chance retaining. Keep it short, sweet, and simple. Tim, your thoughts on that tag title match. Do we get new tag champs?
I think so. I think Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota are phenomenal champs. I also think, another question, where's Cora Jade? This Cora Jade was with Raquel. What happened to Cora Jade? I know she's with the Fatal 4-Way for the title match, but what's happened with Cora Jade and Wendy Chu? Because they were tag team partner with Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. What happened with those? They just disappeared out the window or something?
Logic. Where is logic? I don't know. Jeff, your thoughts on this match? I mean, despite the fact that Raquel Gonzalez, I feel like, is on the verge of going up to the main roster at this point, already being a former tag champ, do you see Kai and Raquel regaining it again just like that?
No, I don't. In fact, I hadn't even gotten to that point in NXT. I said I just got home from work and I got 3 matches in. And then we
Spoiler
had this.
alert!
So yeah, it's okay. But yeah, we don't know where Wendy Chu is. No clue. And I don't see them getting the titles. So I see Toxic Attraction keeping them.
All right, short, sweet, simple, to the point. Chris, do you stand unanimous with us that the champs retain?
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. The champs will retain. Toxic Attraction is gonna retain, and there's no point of Dakota and Raquel being reunited.
No.
That just out of nowhere, the weirder than an RKO out of nowhere sometimes from the strangest position, but I digress. And yes, folks, this show, NXT, not TakeOver, RIP my NXT, just simply NXT Stand Delivered. It will be Saturday prior to, you heard me right, night one of WrestleMania, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Peacock as a premium live event. But I digress. Okay, so now we got the pointless kickoff out of the way. Let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this six-match show that I don't know what the heck to expect. We'll start off with this match here, as he made him an offer he couldn't refuse. But is he going to whack him too? As Tony D'Angelo takes on Tommaso Ciampa, who officially confirmed, thank you very much, that this is his last match in NXT. The last stand of Triple H's black and gold he held out for so long, God bless this man's soul, and he has one last bout against Mr. Soprano. Ripoff. That being said, Tony Soprano, botch. Tony D'Angelo, he's been a guy put over in NXT's 2.0 since the War Games match. So I feel like he's going to be a focal point going forward, whether Ciampa retires or go up to the other rosters. This is his last stand, and I feel Tony D'Angelo's going to go over, even if he has to use a crowbar to do it. But I have Tony D'Angelo beating the Blackheart and stopping it dead once for all in NXT. Chris, your thoughts on this match?
My thoughts is this is going to be a good match. This is Tommaso Ciampa's final match in NXT, and yes, he is going to be going up to the main roster on Monday Night Raw permanently. Hope Vince McMahon don't mess him up like his entrant music.
Don't get me started on ranting about music in WWE, but continue.
But I think I'm going to keep this short and sweet.
Oh, yeah, we got a ton of stuff to go through.
Since this is his last match, I would love for Tommaso Ciampa to win. And personally, last year, he wanted to walk into NXT Stand Deliver as champion, and he did. I'm going to go with Tommaso Ciampa to get his big final moment on NXT.
The big farewell win. All right, fair enough. Tim, your thoughts on this match? Who you got?
I think short and sweet. Let's go with short and sweet, like Christopher says. I think the man Tommaso Ciampa is going to take this match. Yeah, it's the last match. He deserves to be out with a boom victory.
Oh, fair enough. Jeff, you're the one that wanted to go last on this in particular. Right now, it seems like it's 2 against 1, where it looks like they feel Ciampa deserves this last moment. Again, as his friends say, this is my moment. But is his moment just his final win, or putting somebody over in the end? We've seen when takeovers happen, when people have been put over, they get a salute from the crowd, they look at the logo, they go bye-bye, they're off to the other rosters. And that's what I was thinking here. So where do you stand?
Well, we got to stop and think, too. We go back to when Gargano had his last match. Did Gargano win in his last match?
No.
Okay. I don't see this to be any different. I think that D'Angelo is going to win. And you saw it tonight on NXT when Ciampa took that chair, flipped it backwards. You saw the start date. And you saw 4-2-22 on the bottom. So this is it. As much as I'd like to see the Blackheart win, I have a funny feeling, though, he's going to go out the same way that Gargano did. So I have D'Angelo, or in your case, Tony Soprano, to take the victory.
If I was wearing a white tank top and had my fedora, you would think I was Tony D'Angelo's long-lost brother. But again, I have Italian in my roots, too. So that's kind of why I make this work. Hey, what do you know about me now? That being said, All right, short, sweet, simple to the point. Let's talk a little bit more about this match where I'm sure you guys might have different opinions. As Carmelo Hayes decides to put up his North American Championship in a ladder match, and the field is as follows. Instagram influencer, Grayson Waller, maybe he'll have his bodyguard with him. Guy for the longest time in NXT, it seems. Leader of Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar. Roman Reigns' cousin. Well, I guess they're all cousins, I mean, really. Solo Sequoia coming off facing a guy possessed by a demon in Bola, wherever the hell he is. And as we learned, Vega tonight was determined between 8-Kid, Roderick Strong, and Cameron Grimes, the guy that rose to the occasion and now looks to go to the moon. And, of course, talking about Cameron Grimes. So that is our field, and it is, again, a ladder match. But it wouldn't surprise me if Trick Williams comes on behalf of the champion as well. Several of these people have outside influences that can help them towards victory. And right now I look at the North American Championship, still looking for an identity since freaking existing. It feels like right now they really have been putting the rocket on Carmelo Hayes in this title. He feels so confident. He threw out this challenge. This match was made. We've seen the field gathered. Something in me believes that he is actually going to retain here. So I have the champ retaining. Let's see here. Chris, your thoughts on this ladder match? Do you have a new champion?
I'm going to say I have 2 picks. Are we doing 2 picks on the Galaxy predictions?
Yes, and I'm building that form right now. Allow me to iterate. You do have a primary pick, and you do have a secondary pick. You got 2 picks for the ladder match. In my case, I'm going with the champ and secondary, Cameron Grimes, because he deserves the moment.
I'm agreeing with Noah. My first pick, I'm agreeing with Noah.
I am the influencer.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, your thoughts on this ladder match and your 2 picks.
Well, I have it backwards from you. I have Cameron Grimes as my primary and Carmelo Hayes as the secondary.
All right, fair enough. All right, Tim, as I look back at our group chat, you wanted to do this match last, so it's all on you, man. Break it down and give us your 2 picks.
So my 2 picks is way different from you. I think Solo Sequoia is gonna step up and be up there, and Cameron Grimes.
Solo
so.
Sequoia, really?
The Roman Reigns'
That was like the
cousin.
last one, in my opinion.
If Roman's had it from beginning, from like WWE, if his family could do it, Amaga had it, Usos have it. Why can't Solo Sequoia have a championship next?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Bloodline runs deep, rules all of WWE, even for NXT. I think that's a realistic possibility. But good stuff, gentlemen. All right, let's go ahead and move on from there in a match that I think is going to be very interesting when it comes to how is this guy going to continue to talk to us if he gets his chest cavity collapsed? As L.A. Knight takes on the Ligue General, FW Creative, Walter. Now, according to what I heard tonight, it was Imperium that got the win in 6-man tag team action. So usually WWE logic dictates that if this guy wins here on the go home, the other guy's going to lose on the actual show. But it didn't involve Walter, it involved the tag side of things, the actual tag team champions of Imperium, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel. So I feel like that just goes out the window. I look at these two and I think about this. LA Knight, he has all the charisma, he has all the mic skills, he has all the mannerisms to be a focal point in WWE's world of sports entertainment on Raw or SmackDown. If they really want to make Raw after WrestleMania feel as big as possible, that's definitely a call I could see. I see several call-outs from this version of NXT that were remnants during Triple H's NXT going up to the main roster, and LA Knight is one of them. So thinking like that, I have Walter taking his head off with a clothesline and continuing his way in the ring for Imperium in NXT for the match sacred. I have Walter winning. Tim, your thoughts on this match?
I've Gunter winning. Walter, aka Walter Gunter. I heard him winning against LNA. LNA should be in WWE. I think he had the best career in Impact. I think LA should leave WWE, go to Impact where he deserves a title shot. That's fine.
All right, fair enough. Jeff, some people think maybe LA Knight should stay, maybe go after the NXT Championship, North American Championship. He's been in NXT for a while now. He's played both sides, heel and face. I feel like this is a great way to finally get him out of this little bubble.
Yeah, I would like to see LA Knight go up to the main card. However, I have a feeling that if he does, it's not going to be pretty. We've seen what's happened in the past with people being called up. So I'd like to see him stay on NXT. I'd like to see him get a title around his waist first before he decides to move up or go away. But I do have. I have to say it. I have Walter. I can't say Gunther. I can't do it.
Thank you. Don't say it. Don't
I'm
say
not going to. No.
Good man. All
Thank
right.
you.
Say it.
No.
Never.
Nope.
I will never friggin' break.
Nope.
That being
Nope.
said, Chris, as far as breaking goes, Walter is about to chop the hell out of LA Knight and probably break his chest cavity where he probably won't be saying, "Let me talk to you," with as much gusto for a little while after this match. Walter, in my opinion, he is that wrestler, that throwback that just deserves to be champion wherever he goes. He literally could be a focal point in this version of NXT 2.0, blah, 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 blah. So, do you have Walter winning or LA Knight somehow surviving and pulling out the victory?
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I am going for the ring general, Gunther, to win.
Oh God.
You freaking complacent. Never mind. I'm not
That's
going
it.
there.
You did it now.
I'm fine. What are you talking about? I'm perfectly fine. All right, guys. Good stuff.
Are you?
I do.
There's no flames behind me. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm fine. Let's keep going. Let's keep going forward. Good grief, Almighty. This is going to be a night. I could already tell. The next match on the card in NXT Stand and Delivered. I almost said Takeover. Botch, but didn't. Triple threat for the NXT Tag Team Championships as Imperiums. Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel takes on MSK. Once again, what the hell? Taking on the winners of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, who still don't know who attacked them, Diamond Mines Creed Brothers. When I look at these three teams, I think about this is Vince's NXT. I think about this show pushing forward more of Vince's ideals in NXT. Diamond Mine has been one of the hottest put forward acts since this brand existed. Ivy Nile, Roderick Strong, Creed Brothers, everybody in that faction, that act, whatever you want to call it, has delivered and been focal points of NXT. Ivy now is the future of NXT, and that's all I got to say about that. Future of WWE. That being said, Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel, they've been great champions. They've held out these titles for a little while, but the Creed Brothers, they really have come a long way. Also, Ohio represent, and they are great in-ring athletes. As far as MSK goes, regarding stuff with Kimberly and one half of them, you might not want to figure about them for the time being. That being said, I leave that personal stuff alone, but I do think about that when it comes to decisions of this. Every time I see a triple threat match, my philosophy is you have a fall guy and you have a buffer. In this case, you have a fall team and you have a buffer. A true traditional one-on-one tag match I see coming is Creed Brothers versus Imperium, but it's going to be a rematch clause, I feel like, on Imperium's behalf. I see the Creed Brothers pulling it out, and this might be one of the only upsets of this whole little premium live event, whatever the heck you want to call it. But I have the Creed Brothers becoming the new tag team champions because they won the cup. Chris, your thoughts on this match? Who you got?
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. This tag match is going to be, I feel
ballistic.
This tag match is going to steal the show on Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. And personally, I'm going to go for the Creed Brothers to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions.
Alrighty. Tim, what is your thoughts on this? I mean, MSK, were they the ones that pulled in the ruse? Did they attack the Creed Brothers? Will the attackers show their identities during this match or afterwards? Maybe will the Creed Brothers become tag champs? Could they be the reason maybe the titles change hands or stay on Imperium because there's no disqualification? Who you got?
I said the Creed Brothers, all the way Creed Brothers. Diamond Mine is like awesome tag team with Kushida and Roger Strong. And even though Roger Strong lost the match, the three-way ladder match to get into the ladder match, but
Correct.
I think Diamond Mine is like a strong tag team and they get good chemistry with each other over like Imperium, over MSK with the issue with MSK and other stuff.
Yeah, I could also see Roderick Strong going after the North American Championship because right now he's still the focal point of Diamond Mine. He was the first one to begin with. Jeff, who you got in this one? Do you agree with all of us? Do you see the Creed Brothers finally bringing gold to Diamond Mine?
One word. Creed.
Simple
Brothers are gonna
as
win
that. Yep. I mean, what else needs to be said, okay? These guys, they have just been on all cylinders of progression. They deserve it, in my opinion.
They've been on fire.
All right. Bar none. All right, let's go ahead and move on to this, which was supposed to be a traditional women's title match, but again, does tag team wrestling matter for the women? No. So we got Mandy Rose now defending the NXT Women's Championship in a fatal four-way with former NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai, former longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray, and the bane of Mandy Rose's existence since she's coming to NXT, Cora Jade. Okay. The way I look at it is this. If this was traditional one-on-one, I could see this being Cora Jade's moment, and I feel her moment is to come. But this is now a fatal four-way. And again, I look at this show, I see call-ups galore happening. Io Shirai is one of the last remnants of Triple H's NXT, and she's already been the NXT Women's Champion. It's hard to figure out, but you gotta figure out how long these people can stay and play down here in NXT 2.0, where more of Vince's vision is taken over. No pun intended, since that term is dead. That being said, Toxic Attraction is the leading act of the entire women's division, bar none, and they have literally held the gold hostage. I feel it's still going to continue. As we said that the tag champs are going to retain their gold, I feel their leader has to lead by example too and retain hers as well. And ultimately, I feel like Cora Jade and Mandy Rose will be a one-on-one revisited, even though they've already faced each other one-on-one action before. But Cora Jade right now is the one, to me, with the most potential, based on the storylines they've been doing, to take the title off Mandy Rose. But I feel it's going to happen under traditional means, not here. I'm not sure who eats the fall, considering, well, basically Mandy Rose has pissed off all three of these ladies. But I do have Mandy Rose sneaking in and pulling out the win and retaining. Jeff, your thoughts on this match?
Well, you got the current champion. You have two former champions in there, and one who is yet to get the belt.
Yep.
Bottom line is this. Something's going to happen where people are going to be putting their finishing maneuvers on each other. Kind of like what we saw not too long ago. Someone gets tossed out of the ring, and they end up going for the pinfall and winning the match. I see Cora Jade coming away as the new women's champion.
Wow, a total reset. Okay, well, I mean, hey, she's been in this spot before, and maybe she can put on the clutch. The young lady inspired by CM Punk.
Right, and with the fact that the leader of Toxic Attraction is losing the belt, but the other two are not, don't be so sure, because I think you'll find they'll end up losing it next week on the NXT.
That's what I'm thinking again. I think aftermath of NXT is where maybe things change the women's division. I just don't see it happening this Saturday. Tim, your thoughts on this? Do you have a new champion as well, and do you have Cora Jade or somebody else?
I think Kaylee Ray deserves the title. She has a NXT UK championship, but she's been all hard with Io Shirai, and like Cora did all right, you know, even though she beat him at, was it War Games? I think so.
Correct.
And,
yeah. So it's like, I think Kaylee Ray deserves this spotlight, even though she's come back from injury and stuff. So she deserves the spotlight to be the new NXT Women's Championship over the three.
Well, this is interesting. We've each picked somebody different. So, Chris, we'll see if you stand out or who you agree with. Who do you have leaving this Saturday as NXT Women's Champion?
Well, I've been thinking about this, and I just got breaking news on Ringside News.
Ooh, that's a dangerous thing.
Well, WWE is going to be holding the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs premium live event this September in Saudi Arabia. So
great. Just great. Something else I don't care about because it's from Country Redacted. But anyway.
Who I see walking out of NXT Stand Deliver as women's champion is Mandy Rose.
All right, so he's with me. He has the champ retaining. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the main event of this, whatever the hell they're calling it. I don't think they were calling it a premium live event, but you be the judge. As Mr. Record Scratch, Dolph Ziggler, yes, you heard me right, Dolph Ziggler, NXT champion, defends his gold against the former champion, and many would say the face of 2.0, Braun Breaker. Okay, do we really need to talk a lot about this? First off, it's WrestleMania weekend. The Steiners are going into the Hall of Fame. And what is Dolph Ziggler's primary role when it comes to him in WWE? Sell and put over. He came in here to clearly drive more attention to the NXT 2.0 product. But if Braun Breaker doesn't get his biggest moment to date here, I would be bloody shocked. I've talked enough about this among 2 other panels. I'm curious what the rest of y'all's thoughts are, so I'm simply going to say this. Braun Breaker regains the NXT Championship, and Ziggler goes back to Raw with his dirty dog, maybe go after the Raw Tag Titles again. Chris, your thoughts on this match? Does Braun Breaker reclaim the gold?
Well, I'm keeping it short and sweet. I love what they're doing with the Raw and NXT crossovers. They're going to continue it, and personally, I would love for SmackDown superstars to go over to NXT 2.0. I would love that crossover to happen. Because there are some certain superstars I would love to go back to NXT 2.0. Maybe I'm going to give a superstar. I would love Shinsuke Nakamura to go back to NXT 2.0. But
that's fair.
To be with this, I'm going to say Braun Breaker becomes the new NXT champion, and the next NXT premium live event, I see Braun Breaker taking on Gunther for the NXT champion.
Oh, Lord. Well, nice knowing your chess. But hey, good thoughts. Tim, again, it's the Steiners. Could you see maybe the Steiners at ringside for this moment? We saw last time when he faced Ciampa, for example, literally his father came into the ring. Ciampa endorsed Braun Breaker as the future in a show of respect. And that victory was via submission, by the way. I don't know if they would go that far, but I expect a lot of wild shenanigans, but a very joyful moment for the Steiner family. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think Braun Breaker is going to be, like, the champ. Like, I agree with Chris. Like, technically, Braun Breaker's, like, part of the fan family. He's going to win the whole match. But I don't think he's going to face Gunther, or Walter, whatever you want to call him. I think he has.
Just say Walter.
No, I want to say Gunther. So I think he has a better chance against, like, maybe someone like Roderick Strong, or maybe someone a Diamond Mine going after the title against Braun Breaker. Yeah, it's like that.
Well, again,
Walter.
Thank you, Jeff. That's all I got to say about that. That being said, Jeff, again, you're an old school fan like me, but I know you're wiser than me to a degree. And again, it's Steiners. Now, I don't want you to give me Steiner math here on the odds of this actually working in Braun Breaker's favor. Otherwise, I'm walking out this room. But does Braun Breaker get his moment and the towel back too?
Well, 144, but no, just kidding. I think personally, I heard that they wanted to bring Breaker up to the main roster. So this is what's got me really torn, because I do love the crossover, as Chris was mentioning. I think it's great having main card come down to NXT, and even having NXT come up to the main card, which we've seen with Ciampa and we've seen with Breaker. I think that, I want to go. See, this is the problem. I want to go with Breaker, but something tells me that Dolph is going to keep it, because of the simple fact is they're going to have Breaker go up to the main roster. So I'm kind of torn on this one. I mean, it's basically a flip a coin kind of thing. I will go out on a limb.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just go with you guys on this one, saying Breaker will keep the title. Although I don't think Breaker will win the title. I don't think he will, but maybe he will. I mean, who knows? This is Vince we're talking about.
True. And again, Braun Breaker, he's the guy right now that stands out the most in 2.0 to either lead it or maybe be the first one that he might try and shape on the main roster. I feel like that time crossover with Monday Night Raw was a tryout period, and we kind of saw pretty good results, but I feel like right now they might keep him still under 2.0 because he still needs to fine-tune himself, or he could be used there to lead the product. You need a face of NXT. So do you do the veteran face of the WWE, or do you take a chance on a brand new guy in Braun Breaker that fits your bright color, young demographic identity you want to put on this identity of NXT? So
and he's 24. 24, 25 years old, so he's perfect. He's still
exactly.
got a lot to learn. So,
and they want a younger looking demographic and identity, but edgy feel in this existence of NXT. Braun Breaker. So that's pretty much all there is about that. Well, that was pretty short, sweet, and simple, gentlemen. And again, the forum will be live after this video, so stay tuned, folks, on that. But I think there's been enough talk about that, as we're really here truly for a bigger primary reason, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. It is the showcase of the Immortals. It is that extravaganza. It is that absolutely insane Immortal showcase in this world of sports entertainment, hybrid professional wrestling, where there are some to a degree. But you guys know, of course, what I'm talking about, and that's what we're here to talk about tonight. I'm not doing the Montez Ford thing, because I'm not going to jump out of my chair and try and jump over my sofa like he almost crashed his coccyx on the outside of the ring. But yes, it is finally time to talk about WrestleMania. And good Lord Almighty, did they go all out with the freaking madness and stupendous. If I hear the Weekend Sacrifice one more time, I'm going to scream. That being said, what does stupendous look like? That's what it looks like. There's your matches for both days. Rumor has it a segment might close out one of the nights. And they're headlining this 2-day extravaganza with what they're calling the biggest match of all time. And if you believe that, that's your choice. I have my own opinions, but I'll leave that alone. And again, folks, you can join in the league. Let your opinions be heard, as the WrestleMania Forum is live as of right now in what is the biggest sports entertainment weekend of all time. So again, get those opinions in. Good luck to those already in the league, including but not limited to the leaders, and Christopher Rotz, Will Ospreay Guy, Adrian Hannigan, Chaz Rocks, Tim, and so many others. And to those of you that have already filled out the form, thank you and good luck to you. Charlene, Alistair, Brandon, Dwayne, Jeff, Miss Rebecca, Holiday, Rodney, Scott, and so many more. So again, folks, link is in the description down below. Get to work. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Holy hell. So first off, we have the New Day taking on the Fight Club, or Fight Night. What the hell are they calling this group? Someone tell me. Kobe Kingston, the right-hand man. Not right-hand man, excuse me. That used to be an Uso thing. Botch. The King's Knights, I guess. Yeah. King Woods and Kobe Kingston. They take on Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Butch. I hate that name, by the way.
Butch.
Butch. What the...
All I can think of is Bushwhacker. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work.
Callback. I'm freaking well aware.
But
anyway, Rich Holland and Sheamus with Pete Dunne against Screw W Creative, stupid idea from Bad Creative, taking on King Woods and Kobe Kingston. Now, I don't know what to think right now, because we didn't have a go-home of this on Monday Night Raw, or excuse me, WrestleMania Raw, but we got WrestleMania SmackDown, so maybe these guys will have a tiff. I don't see them fighting at a bar or calling each other out on the mic. Then again, New Day shenanigans, they might mock these guys. They might pull out an Oliver Twist. Please, sir, can I have some more? Some sort of parody like that. That being said, I think about WrestleMania. I think about it's the night for moments, and you want to get the crowd some feel-good moments. This feels like it's one of them, especially with him coming back from injury. I have King Woods and Kofi Kingston winning. Jeff, your thoughts on this match?
Well, there's one thing in the mind of New Day, and that is revenge. After what had happened to Big E, you know damn well they're going into this match with a completely different mindset than they normally would. They're going to do this match for Big E, and they're going to win this match for Big E. So I have New Day coming out victorious.
Yeah, I feel like with the Big E angle as motivation, maybe they even try and pre-record or do the "oh" like usual intro that Big E does. Everything about this just feels like New Day is going to get the win because New Day rocks, according to WWE. Chris, do you agree or disagree?
Well, I'm going to say the last time Sheamus was in a faction at a WrestleMania in Dallas was back in 2016 with League of Nations. And and guess what? They picked up the victory over the New Day.
True.
And now look at it. 2022, Sheamus is in another faction, but he's going up against the New Day at WrestleMania in Dallas.
Deja vu.
So you're saying history repeats and Sheamus and crew wins?
I'm going to say New Day wins.
Good lad. That's all we need to know. Tim, the NoDQ Galaxy, out of 32 responses so far, boy, that has grown nice. Thank you, folks. Looks like majority are going with New Day. So, are you going to be that one out, or are you going to go with the majority here?
I'm going to Bootios, and I'll go with the New Day Rocks.
I will never eat Bootios as long as I live and breathe. I would sooner join TikTok and do a Shakaran video.
I have.
That being said, and that's never happening either. Let's move on. Good Lord Almighty. All right. Well, WrestleMania has certainly become more than wrestling over the years. It has become the showcase of entertainers and entertainment. Let's see if this one delivers. As Dominic and Rey Mysterio, they clash with The Miz and, of all people, in the various widespread of tag team partnerships that the A-lister has had in his illustrious career in WWE, Logan Paul. All right. So we saw this past Monday night that they got the match back from Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Good on them. Oh, it's raining. Nice. That being said, it looks like right now favor is in favor of the challengers in the Mysterios, the baby faces per se. This will also be Dominic Mysterio's first WrestleMania, I believe. It could be a big WrestleMania moment. Rey Mysterio, if you want to retcon, is no stranger to WrestleMania moments in Texas. WrestleMania 25, he beat JBL for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm sure JBL still has not lived down that match to this day. In fact, he quit during that. But when I look at this, I figure about, okay, you have two big-time Eagles. Can they coexist? Am I seeing maybe a combustion? Miz feels like the guy that's going to eat the fall here because the celebrities always get the shine. They're always protected in the end spot. How often does a celebrity lose at WrestleMania? I honestly can't remember the last time, if I'm honest with you. So that's why, just thinking about that and the fact that Miz has lost everything else this year, maybe Miz deserves a win. I actually am going to go with Miz and Paul pulling it out due to tomfoolery. Maybe Logan Paul tries to knock out Rey Mysterio, but I'm going with the heels in this one. So, Tim, your thoughts on this match?
I think the Rey Mysterio, the 619 crew of Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio are going to destroy the Miz and Paul. I think Paul should just go back to UFC or boxing where he was from. You know, he deserves to be in professional wrestling. He reminds me it's like Floyd Mayweather when he fought Big Show one match. I think that's like Logan Paul put in with Miz for one match. I think they should go back.
That's a fair argument. Chris, I mean, he did pick up Floyd Mayweather, but Floyd won with the use of brass knuckles. Again, these are heels. It wouldn't surprise me if Logan Paul may resort to the same thing. KO Rey Mysterio. So, do you have the Mysterios somehow outsmarting these two here and picking up the win?
Well, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. The last time Miz was in Dallas for WrestleMania, he was in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship when he was on top and lost to you know who.
I remember that moment.
So, and he lost. I'm gonna say as of right now, this could all change until Saturday. I'm gonna go for the Mysterios to win.
Well, if there's one thing that WWE always puts in super small print, and I can put it on the slider here, but I'm not going to because I think it speaks for itself. Predictions subject to change. And again, folks, who didn't read the form, all predictions for NXT TakeOver, NXT Stand and Deliver, I missed TakeOver, and WrestleMania 38 in full, every single one of them. Your predictions are finalized and official, whether or not you put them in or not, by midnight Friday night. 12:01 a.m., you are SOL. That being said, Jeff, the majority are going with the Mysterios for the win here. 70% of them. Are you with the majority, or do you see the celebrities pulling out the tomfoolery?
I got to say one thing first before I give my prediction on this. Dominic looked amazing in NXT in that match. He took the loss, but he looked really good down there and looked really comfortable. I think that being on the main roster, yeah, that might be a good thing, but I think he's still got those jitters. I've got the Mysterios winning, but something's going to happen with Dominic. I have a funny feeling. Whether it be an injury or something, I got a funny gut feeling that something's going to happen to Dominic. But I think it'll be on the part of Logan Paul that causes that. So I've got Mysterio's winning, but something's going to happen there. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping though that Dominic gets put down onto NXT because he looked so comfortable in that ring down there. That
Well, yeah, it's a smaller
Yeah.
atmosphere. I mean, he
Right.
was more comfortable in the Thunderdome Monday Night Raw than he is on Monday Night
Right.
Raw right now. You saw on Raw talk how nervous he was just
Mhm.
trying to get words out regarding the whole mask thing and garnering
Right.
respect on behalf of his father. Honestly, if Rey Mysterio right now wasn't with him, I feel like Dominic would crash and burn. He's not ready for
Yeah.
a solo run yet.
right. I agree.
All right. Well, good stuff, gentlemen. Hopefully we'll get happy moments from this match, but as far as this next match goes, blech. For the love of freaking God, will someone please wipe the smile off this freaking fool's face as he took Angela, the sword from Drew McIntyre this past Monday night, and I know Drew's going to be out for blood. Again, slit his throat, but I digress. Wait, is that too violent? Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, Drew McIntyre takes on Happy Corbin in what's likely going to be a 2-on-1 scenario as Madcap Moss will have all the dumb jokes as possible and will be in his corner. And I have a feeling that these two are going to clash this Friday night because he has something that is Drew's property. Drew McIntyre has to win this. Simple as that. Drew McIntyre, the fact that he went from contending for the WWE Championship last year to this. Talk about a tailspin. But hey, maybe this time he gets a WrestleMania moment in victory. And that will make everybody happy, including me. So no other result matters to me. Drew McIntyre wins. It's as simple as that. Jeff, do you agree?
Well, Happy Corbin has not lost a match since he became rich. He has
Ugh.
not lost a match.
Still
So
can't believe
with
that's a
that-
thing.
So, with that being said, Drew McIntyre gets back Angela. Is that? Am I right on? Is that Angela?
Yeah.
As he calls it? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I knew it started with an A. But he also beats Baron Corbin and gives him his first loss, and hopefully sends him back to the gutter. So, so yes, I got Drew taking this one.
All right. Chris, don't be a fool. The NoDQ Galaxy is 100% in agreement that Drew McIntyre should win this match.
I'm keeping it short and sweet. Drew McIntyre is going to win, and I wish Happy Corbin can just drop this whole entire gimmick and go back being the lone wolf again.
It'd be nice.
Hey, maybe he finally breaks on Madcap Moss that just says one poor joke too many, and that's how we finally do get miserable, I walk alone, Baron Wolf Corbin. But hey, Corbin to his degree, he's dealt with bad, good creative. I don't know if he's indifferent at this point as long as he's getting paid. So, hey, whatever works for him, I guess he's just going to continue. Whether or not it's Happy Corbin, that's hopefully not going to be the case. But regardless, Tim, do you see Drew turning Happy Corbin's smile upside down into a frown and getting the win at WrestleMania?
I think like the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre will turn that smile upside down to mad face. It'll be Mad Corbin. Yeah. And
Salty Corbin.
Yeah,
Salty Corbin.
then they turn on Madcap Moss, then there'll be a feud between them.
Yeah, he'll come out with a neck brace and freaking walking with a cane, become the grumpy old man of the WWE with all the rants imaginable. How's that for a character change?
There we
That's
go.
entertainment. Hello, Jericho. All right, guys, let's move forward as we now look as Mr. Monday Night himself, Mr. Drip. Oh, these suits. I would not wear these on my deathbed. Seth freaking Rollins finally gets his WrestleMania moment, crazy cackling galore, against an opponent of Mr. McMahon's choosing. It's going to be Cody. Opponent of Mr. McMahon's
That was
Anyway,
awesome.
opponent of Mr. McMahon's choosing. It's going to be Cody. This Saturday in his own main event at WrestleMania, Cody's winning. So it looks like pretty much this feels like a filler moment, and whether or not it's in the beginning or the middle, I feel it's pretty safe to say that TBA, it's going to be Cody, is going to win this match. And honestly, what's wrong with you guys? Honestly, if this match is not Seth freaking Rollins versus Cody, I will be very shocked and we'll give out a NoDQ t-shirt to whoever fills out the prediction. So, regardless, we are focusing on the match of Seth freaking Rollins versus Cody at WrestleMania. And basically, everybody right now is pretty much going with Cody for the win, although I do see a couple of brave souls did say Seth freaking Rollins. So whether or not this is smoke and mirrors, dashing, or we look toward the stars, regardless, we got the guy that Vince picked for the win, and it's going to be Cody. And at this point, I don't think anything else needs to be said, so unless somebody else has some other idea, who can be facing Seth Rollins besides Cody? I think we'll just move on, but I'll let you all state your case.
Oh my God! All right, so I've heard a couple different names other than Cody.
Really?
I've heard, yes, that guy right there. I heard that Shane McMahon is going to make an appearance at WrestleMania 38, or he will be there. I've also heard that it could be Elias coming back as some other name, not Elias, obviously, but
Oh yeah, Elias is dead.
Yeah, it was like Elton something, or I don't know what it was. It was like two famous names put together.
On the yellow brick road.
Pretty much. But honestly, I mean, the first thing that we heard was Cody Rhodes. So yes, that guy right there. And so I think that obviously it's going to be Cody, and obviously Cody is going to win, and we will see the Cody that we saw in AEW. We will not see Stardust. We will not see Dashing. We will see the American Nightmare make that debut against Seth Rollins.
If they have some sort of chandelier or rising set piece, you know for a fact that's going to be Cody. And really nothing else needs to be said. But let's go ahead and get some optimistic thoughts towards maybe what's next for Seth and insert person name right here, which, again, it's going to be Cody. Tim, your thoughts on this match? Again, the focus is, if it is not Seth versus Cody, this match will not count at all for the NoDQ Predictions League in any way whatsoever. So just, I go Jeff. So looking at just this particular match, who you got winning?
If it's not Seth, it'd be Shane. If it's not Cody, it'd be Shane. But I think Cody will win if it's Cody. If it's not Cody, it'd be Shane. I think so, because there's a lot of rumors that like Shane is gonna be at WrestleMania, but where is Shane gonna take place in the WrestleMania show? Is it gonna be the mystery opponent of Cody, whatever, or of Seth, or is it gonna be Cody versus Seth?
Look, I've already told you guys enough. I can tell that you're saying that you think Shane could be the other guy, but again, guys, let's be honest. It's going to be Cody. There's no other way this match could be booked. So, okay, you say TBA/Cody. So, that's all that matters. Chris, your thoughts on this match? Again, who you think Seth is going to face is going to be Cody. And who do you have if it's Seth versus Cody?
Okay, I'm going crazy here. Okay. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. It's going to be Cody. I'm going for Cody. And let's get on with our next match and stop talking about this.
Okay, we talked enough about it. So, folks, once again, remember, if it is not Seth versus Cody, this match will not count in the NoDQ Galaxy League at all. All right.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Sorry.
Wow.
Moving on from there, I did not think that would break you guys that badly. All I said was one name. Okay, moving on from there, let's get back to names we do know are in the WWE and will be competing, and they will be competing for championship gold. As the Bloodline, the Usos, defend, I'm a little broken now too, defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And I'm not doing the way Boogs says Nakamura because that will strain my voice and break headphone users. That being said, That being said, it's the Bloodline. Seriously, guys, do I need to say anything else? It's the freaking Bloodline. They have locked down this tag team division for over 230 days. There is no tag team competition. There is no real, tag team that you could see leading SmackDown, let alone take it off these two guys right now that can convince me enough. And the only team they had was the Viking Raiders. They got squashed by Omos, and they got tapped by the Usos ahead of their match at Elimination Chamber. So, that being said, I got the Usos retaining. I feel this is kind of a no-brainer. But maybe you guys can convince me otherwise. Tim, I'll start with you.
Like I said, when we talked about NXT, I said the Bloodline will take it. The Bloodline goes through Sequoia. I think Usos are going to take it. Usos.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's fair. Chris, your thoughts on this match? I've seen you wear Roman Reigns shirts before, but do you acknowledge his family still being the SmackDown Tag Team Champions come the end of WrestleMania?
I'm keeping it short and sweet. The Usos are going to retain.
All right. And I guess there's some people that either like rock and roll or just want to see Nakamura maybe have championship gold again. And I guess this act, if nothing else, will get Pat McAfee dancing on the table and joy if they win. So, Jeff, do you think Nakamura and Boogs can pull the upset on the grandest stage of them all?
Well, considering that Bugenhagen has not had a title yet, I think this is it. I think this is where he finally gets a title. I have Nakamura and Bugenhagen to take those titles off of the Usos.
Wow. All right, then. 71% believe in the Usos, while 28%, including you, believe in new tag champs. But, again, weirder things have happened. It's WrestleMania, right? Create a moment. You got dumb moments with Logan Paul. You got bright moments with Boogs, given the performance of a lifetime at WrestleMania 2. Okay, I could kind of see where you're coming from. But, again, it's the Bloodline. I don't bet against the ones. That's just the way I am. All right. Well, this is weird because in the history of WrestleMania, I can't remember a WrestleMania that ever ended not with a match. But based on what I heard last night, that very well might be the case. What? Because apparently the KO show will be main event caliber, hosted by Kevin Owens with guests, Texas's own, the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. So there's two things to this, gentlemen. First off, in a bonus point done by Sheriff Riff himself, will this close the show? Was Kevin Owens just giving us a red herring, or what did he say was true? When you think about this WrestleMania, the AT&T Stadium at Texas, what's the biggest draw for long-time, casual, you name it, sports entertainment enthusiasts, fans of entertainment, you name it, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He is synonymous with WrestleMania, with the WWE, and with Texas, period. So it is somewhat believable for me to believe this would close, because you would want people to hold out for this moment. And once this moment happens, well, would that cause people to leave? I don't even know if this thing sold out yet. I thought last time they said 60,000 out of 100,000? Yeesh. That being said, I still truly live by the philosophy. It's WrestleMania. You close with wrestling. The rightful person to close WrestleMania should be the winner of the Royal Rumble, because they earn that main event spot. And that's all I got to say about that. As far as context of this segment goes, I see the talking. I see all the Stone Cold mannerisms. I see what galore. But I also see a bunch of stunners in store for Kevin Owens, and maybe some other finishers from Texas greats too. I don't see this closing the show, but this should be entertaining to say the least. And that's really all I gotta say about that. Now, before you guys give your thoughts, a majority do believe that the KO show will close Saturday night's show, because again, it's Stone Cold. 90% to be exact. So, with that being said, let's get your thoughts towards what you think will come from this segment, and if you agree, or if you were booking WrestleMania and you're Vince McMahon, damn it, what would you have closed Saturday night instead of this? Chris, I will start with you. Do you think it's going to close the show, and what do you expect?
I think I'm going for the majority. I think, yes, this is going to be closing out WrestleMania Saturday. It's going to be an entertaining thing. I heard that Stone Cold is he is getting his body into in-ring return shape. So maybe my gut's telling me we might get Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And what you said, you close out a wrestling event with wrestling. I think you close out this segment, and I have a gut feeling we might get Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin to close out and have a match with one another at WrestleMania. And I think that might be how Stone Cold gets back into the wrestling ring, gives Kevin Owens a stunner, 1, 2, 3, and is done. And you send everybody home happy with the longest day of wrestling in history, and get themselves ready for WrestleMania Sunday.
That's a very compelling argument. And again, he's been out of the ring for 19 years. What? So, that being said, Kevin Owens has really driven this segment home with his segments. He totally got me in Chicago, so I am looking forward to this, regardless of position. But that being said, Tim, your expectations of this segment, and do you think it's going to close the show too?
I don't think it's going to close the show, because I think, I agree with Chris. There's going to be a match between Stone Cold and Kevin Owens, like probably the best of Stunner matches, like, because I know, like, Kevin Owens said he wants to do it the Stunner, like Stone Cold, but I don't think Stone Cold's gonna pass it down easy, like thing to Kevin Owens. I think they're gonna go to match, like whoever wins the match will be in charge of the Stunner.
Interesting. That'd be an interesting curveball if the KO show doesn't close the show, but a wrestling match falling outside of it, brought through it, does. Would that still technically count? I guess that would be up for Aaron to figure out. Good luck, boss man. But that being said, Jeff, your thoughts towards this segment. Do you think it could devolve in a match, or is this just going to be a glorified showcase of, bringing back greats from Texas that are friends of Stone Cold, like, I don't know, Booker T, JBL, American Badass Undertaker, who was even broadcast at one point on the graphic for, I think, meet and greets. I feel it's going to more devolve into that, because you want to talk about WrestleMania 32 after the New Day lost. Who came out on their behalf? Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold. And Stone Cold stunned one of them as well. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's going to be more of that. Just, something that really engaged the crowd. But again, closing, it's still 50-50 for me. But Jeff, your thoughts on this?
Well, I think that there's not really going to be a match after this segment. I think you're going to see a lot of the Texas greats, as you were just mentioning, all come out, and everybody will have their piece of Kevin Owens. Because when you diss Texas, you're dissing the heart of wrestling. Because I'm sorry, you have a lot of huge names that came from Texas.
I said a few of them. Barnett.
Yeah, exactly. So it would not shock me if it became like a 20-on-1 just beat down, which would still send everyone home happy, because damn well Austin's going to go for the pin. There may be somebody else taking the position of referee, but who cares? It's Austin. I think that with the fact that he's getting up there in age now, he's in his mid-50s. He hasn't been in the ring in 19 years. I don't see him actually having a match, but I do see a couple stunners coming out of him. So, the segment itself is going to actually be the thing to end it, but it's going to end up in a brawl, and it's going to be 20-on-1 against Owens.
Well, I guess Owens gets his WrestleMania moment in the main event. So, regardless, this honestly might be the biggest thing of the whole night. I don't know if that's a sad thing or a great thing when you think about everything else, especially if you're the Royal Rumble winner. But kudos to what happens out of this, and may it go without a flaw. Again, Stone Cold, 19 years. Just saying. All right, well, moving on from there, let's get back into the wrestling, because there's still some marquee matches to close out Saturday night, and I figured even though they said this might open the show, it may deserve to co-main event, because, again, women's wrestling matters, and I'm kind of second-guessing myself now, too, especially what happened Monday night. As Becky Lynch, Big Match Bex, defends the Raw Women's Championship with a little less hair on her head now. Against the Woman of the Braid, the EST of WWE, cracks that whip and it wins the promise. She does it here. Bianca Belair. And here I thought this was going to evolve in hair versus hair. Maybe things to come. Okay, that being said, initially, I was like, this is the redemption story, okay? They built this since SummerSlam, since Becky Lynch won the title off Bianca Belair in, 26 seconds? And we've seen now the back and forth and basically postponing this match as much as possible. But they no longer can postpone it because Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber in Country Redacted. But since then, Becky Lynch tried to take her out. She came back, and then she even tried to go for her hair, but it was Bianca Belair with the last statement with a handful of Becky's hair, as Becky just pretty much went into a full anger mode now. A newfound intensity garnered on revenge. It's revenge now versus redemption, so now it goes both ways. The thing is, do they drag this out further into the inevitable hair versus hair match with Becky still as the champ? Does she pull it off with shenanigans? Or do you have Bianca Belair get her redemption, once again claiming WrestleMania moment 2 years in a row and a title, and you set up the rematch with hair versus hair on the line at WrestleMania Backlash? Someone in me still believes that is the end game to this story with these two. Because after this, I don't think there's anything else for Becky to do on Monday Night Raw. So I feel like Bianca Belair is going to get the title back here, and that's what's going to lead to at WrestleMania Backlash, the showcase of WrestleMania rematches, as we know. So I have actually a new champ. All right, Jeff, what's your thoughts on this, especially after last night?
Well, considering that Becky snapped, I mean, she went psycho looking at her own hair, which I can completely understand that. I don't see her. Bianca is in her head right now. She has completely taken over rent-free Becky's head, and I don't see Becky walking away with the title. I see her losing it after how many days has she had? She's had it for like 2 years. She's never lost the title.
The short stint she went home to be a mother, yes.
Yeah, but she never lost the title. She gave it up. So I see her undefeated streak in this long time period. I see this coming to an end. So Bianca is going to be the new Raw Women's Champion.
All right, fair enough. Tim, do you have any further thoughts besides that, based on what Jeff said?
I think the EST former Rumble winner that I predicted right in Jeff's league is gonna win the title back. Because I can see Bailey or someone else come back, Oscar, Bailey. We have been in the story modes, or I see Evans. I can see another one.
I totally forgot she still was employed by this company.
Yeah.
So I can see one of them. If Bianca wins the title, Bianca would go out for one of those, Bailey or Oscar, or Alexa Bliss or someone new.
Well, yeah, poor Alexa Bliss. Nothing in creative. Digress. That could be a talk for another day. Go check out the Meltdown Roundtables, folks. Chris, your thoughts on this match? Tim brought up some compelling names, and Bailey, who recently had an interview with Dave Meltzer, she said she will be back soon, but she's not going to have the internet going gaga over her like, oh, she's coming back here, she's coming back then. She's like, no, I'm just coming back. You just have to stay tuned, and I will control it my way. Boy, is she not being influenced by Chris Jericho or what? That being said, as far as these two go, Chris, do you see Bianca Belair getting her redemption, or is Becky Lynch going to maybe finally get some of Bianca's hair as revenge? What happens here?
Well, you did brought up Bailey, and I do have a theory in one of the matches. So whatever match is on the women's side for WrestleMania Sunday, I want to go first on that because I do have a theory about that.
Okay.
Well, in this match, I'm going to go Becky. She has done it all on Raw. There's nothing left. I'm going to say Bianca Belair wins the Raw Women's Champion, and then I can see maybe WrestleMania Backlash to do a rematch with Becky and Bianca, and then Becky would be done doing stuff on Raw. You can transition her over to SmackDown when they do the WWE draft or whenever that's going to happen again. And then you'll get the big match that we're going to be talking about after this one
I see where he's going.
Is the SmackDown Women's title match with Becky Lynch versus the new champion, Ronda Rousey.
Oh, well, look at you, Mr. I'm booking WWE's future. I've already made my claim to fame. Before we move on from there, looks like most people right now, oh, wow, that really changed things last night. 66% believe in Bianca Belair, while 33% believe in Becky. Again, revenge is a dish best served. Anger makes people do crazy things. Driven by emotion, it could lead to victory or destruction. And right now, who's in the driver's seat? The challenger, from the psychological standpoint. But we'll wait and see. But since Chris segued into potentially not only the future of the women's division of SmackDown, but maybe the future top-tier feud in women's wrestling in WWE, why not we go to what should be Saturday night's closing wrestling match and main event. As the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair defends the gold against this year's Women's Royal Rumble winner, out of nowhere, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, in what really has come down to a game of the stronger submission-based specialists. I will say this, Ronda Rousey is not a promo, needs a mouthpiece, make her act legit. She's not meant to be a babyface, she's meant to be a badass. She is a fighter, not an entertainer. Thank you very much. Now, as far as this match goes, though, I think about these two, you couldn't have more of a driven idealism of who wants this win more than these two. I keep saying it. I feel like Charlotte Flair is the woman in WWE that pushes herself, puts that pressure on her the most to be the absolute best, better than all the rest. And then Ronda Rousey, she's one of those that stands above everybody here because she's a friggin' MMA fighter, former champion. And she is out here to basically a hit list of kicking everybody's ass. Who's first, but the one person right now she has not beaten one-on-one, pinned or submitted, but looks to take an arm. This literally has been brewing since Survivor Series 2018 when Charlotte Flair went ape on Ronda Rousey with a kendo stick and really brought out that newfound attitude in Ronda Rousey towards particularly the fans of the WWE. But here they are trying to cast her as a babyface. Poor casting versus heel versus face identity aside, when I look at these two from the athletic standpoint, this is a match that truly can steal the night. But Charlotte Flair has had this title pretty much as long as Becky had hers, and we saw what happened with that trade-off too. And Charlotte Flair has even come out and said that some of these title reigns she's not happy with how they went too. If Charlotte Flair is going to lose the title, she wants to lose it, I feel, against somebody that truly proves they are better than her. And I feel like Ronda Rousey will finally do that one-on-one against her too. But how is the question? How do you protect the queen? How do you further this feud? But how do you cement and protect Ronda Rousey for longevity too? I keep saying it, guys. WrestleMania Backlash is the showcase of rematches. This match has no particular stipulation, but it feels like it should. We talked about the next chapter in Becky versus Bianca. The next final chapter, in my opinion, for these two should be a submissions match. Because I see Ronda Rousey making Charlotte Flair pass out because Charlotte will refuse to submit, but her body will give out. Regardless, I have a new SmackDown Women's Champion, rightfully should be closing the night on Saturday night's WrestleMania. Now, Chris, because you subtly talked about maybe what's the future of one of these two, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I gave my prediction and what I said to the Raw Women's title. Ronda Rousey.
Exactly.
Ronda Rousey.
I just figured I'd just put you on the spot. All right. Tim, nearly everybody has picked Ronda Rousey. One soul so far in the Galaxy pool picked Charlotte Flair. Do you really see Charlotte Flair somehow coming out of this still the SmackDown Women's Champion?
No, I say Ronda Rousey too. I'll be that other whatever 99% people that picked Ronda Rousey because I still think like Bailey said I don't know when come back, but I see Bailey coming in the match too, like because I know she had feuds with Charlotte Flair a lot, so it could be a feud down the line with Bailey. Like Ronda Rousey at the title, then there's gonna be another feud with Bailey or one of the girls come back that's injured.
It's one of those things, though, where we think about what Bailey will be doing when she comes back. And yes, you're right. There is unfinished business, I'm sure. And she also could rebuild a new feud as well. How far is her recreation of her character that WWE will allow, similar to what Chris Jericho has done his entire career. We all know how influenced Bayley is by Chris Jericho in particular. We've heard it on Talk is Jericho, but we'll talk about that further down the line when Bayley finally returns and arrives with a ding-dong hello and opens the door. That being said, Jeff, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, when it comes to the physical aspect of these two, they brought against each other. Promo game, not so much. I'm kind of over the promo stuff at this point. If anything happens on Friday Night SmackDown, it should be another break-apart brawl, particularly with these two. But what do you see going down WrestleMania Saturday night between these two? Who leads with the gold?
Well, last time we saw Rousey at WrestleMania, she took a loss. I don't see that happening twice in a row because she had the last couple of years off because she's starting a family and injuries and just that. Right? Yeah, absolutely. So I think what does it say? That hot mama or something? Is that what it said on her shirt or something? I think it was hot.
It simply says baddest, and I love it.
No, there was another one that she had on that says something hot mama.
Yeah, you're right. It's hot mama. That's the other one. You're right. Yes.
Hot mama is going to be your new champion. I don't see her taking 2 losses in a row at WrestleMania. So Ronda Rousey for the win.
Ronda Rousey gets a new baby.
That's right. All of a sudden, she's a hot mama.
Fair enough. Then we go to the WrestleMania Backlash and go from there. And again, this will be, I truly feel like Charlotte Flair's toughest match in her entire WWE career, bar none. This is going to be something else. I can't wait to see this. But I digress. All right, guys. Well, guess what? We got through Saturday. Let's move on right into Sunday. And I want to see here. We got this. Okay, I think this is a good starter because when it comes to these shows, they usually like to start with tag team wrestling, don't you think? Well, you can't get more tag team wrestling than this as RK Bro defends the Raw Tag Team Championships against Funny Carey, Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, and Otis. Might I add, the two they won the titles off of. And what seems to be now slowly turning into heelish factors, the Street Profits. I almost wonder now if they want the smoke, and if they don't, what they want now. Hopefully something's still safe. But we saw what happened on Monday night when they were on a barrage of RKOs, as the crowd in Pittsburgh definitely went home happy, courtesy of RK Bro, who seem to be absolutely having the time of their life. Again, when it comes to tag team wrestling, how much does it matter? But when it comes to the leaders of tag team wrestling on the divisions, in Raw, it's RK Bro. They have the entertainment value, they have the athletic value. But more so, when it comes to Raw, what leads you forward on that show? The entertainment side of you. And we see Randy Orton now even talk about the fact that he had to win a spelling bee just to get this title back. Randy Orton has really come into his own with this RK Bro setup. And has become one of the most entertaining fans in all of WWE. And by the way, Randy Orton is making history. He is now going into WrestleMania basically for the first time with every title. He's gone into WrestleMania now as a champion under every title. Congratulations to him. The last standing member, by the way, still going from Evolution, too. I guess he was the only one who adapted and didn't perish. That being said, we've all been talking about when do we ever see RK Bro maybe breaking up? When is Matt Riddle going to turn heel? Right now, I just don't see that happening in the long run. There's just too much stock in RK Bro. And there's no real tension or tease I see of that heel turn coming too. I have the chance for Channing at this point. Again, Triple Threat, Buffer, Fall Guy. If the Street Profits are really turning heels, they're going to try and take advantage. And Alpha Academy was nowhere to be seen on Monday night. I hope they're both okay. But they've already been champs, and I don't want to see these fans hot potato despite the fact I still hate the dimes. Right now, RK Bro, they are the leading team of Monday Night Raw. They deserve to still be tag champs, in my opinion. I have them retaining. Now, that being said, Chris, let's go with you on this one. Who you got?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. It's going to be a good match. I'm going for the champs to retain. I'm going for RK Bro.
Bro. All right. Poor Alpha Academy. 0%. 20% believe in the Street Profits, maybe because they're heel turn. And the majority believes in RK Bro. So, Jeff, where do you stand? Do you want the smoke, or are you with RK Bro, or did you enroll in the Academy?
I didn't enroll in the Academy, that's for sure. If you go back to WWE's The Bump, I'm going to try to make this kind of short, but I'm going to give you Reader's Digest version.
Yeah, go for it.
Of course, obviously, Alpha Academy was on there. Great interview that they had with them. The two of them were in separate teams. Now they're together. And this is actually what they when they were roommates at the time, going through training and this, that, and the other thing. This is what they both dreamed of, was to be a team together. I could see them getting this back, especially after that interview. I could also see the Street Profits, with this newfound attitude that they've come up with, getting the titles back. I could also see RK Bro keeping the titles. This could go either way, to give you my honest opinion. And it's just, I don't see RK Bro though losing the titles. I think they're going to keep them. They're on such a fantastic high right now. Randy Orton admitting this is the most fun he's had in 20 plus years of his career. It's Why take him off of that high right now? That makes no sense to do so. So RK Bro retains the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Alrighty. Well, Tim, you wanted to be last on this one, so I'm sure you probably have a few thoughts. Maybe you share some similar thoughts to Jeff. Maybe you have contrasting thoughts. So take it away, my friend. Are you with us in RK Bro, or do you see someone else leaving with the gold?
I think RK Bro is gonna win it, but I think like the Shiba, they want the smoke, but I think the smoke's gonna be put out by water. You know, water should not smoke.
Smoke on the water. Good song.
They're
Anyway,
like,
continue.
no, but I think the Alpha Academy, they lost spelling bee. I think they didn't go back to school. They didn't the one they go back to academy. Like they got academy. I don't know what. Maybe they failed the class. And they need to go back to school to get the diplomas to go past. I think RK Bro is gonna destroy both those teams and put out the smoke with water and teach the Alpha Academy, take the Alpha Academy back to school.
The Alpha Academy goes back to fundamentals and reworks their game. But that's a pretty interesting story, considering, yeah, both these teams were in separate teams. I mean, you had American Alpha, of course, with Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, Wayne and Gable, and then you had Heavy Machinery, and you saw who out of the two had, well, the better run and more stock put into them too. And here I thought it would have been the other guy, but no, it was Otis. And now Otis has adopted just this not very active reacting character, but just a mean badass. Heavyweight in better condition by Chad Gable, and it's a good contrast with the two. I've liked what Alpha Academy has brought forward, so it almost feels like they may become prototypical baby faces to a degree. So I like where your heads are at, but yeah, it's RK Bro all the way for all of us. So it's as simple as that. Yep. All right, good stuff, gentlemen. Now let's go ahead and move into, oh, good Lord. Well, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is Anything Goes at WrestleMania, as Johnny Knoxville takes on Sami Zayn in what literally you could put any other title to this match, and it still would be the same damn thing. But considering this is a jackass, a literal jackass, taking on a sports entertainer, and Sami Zayn right now, he is all about the slapstick, comedy gimmicks, and dancing galore too. This one's just... I don't even know what to think. What the hell's about to happen here? Are we going to get the Wee Man jump off the top rope? Are we going to get somebody electrocuting their you-know-whats? Are we going to see somebody do something super stupid with a shopping cart? Is somebody going to jump off the top of the freaking arena in some way or form? Is it going to look like an impromptu poor version of The Incredibles once again? What the hell am I about to see? What the hell's about to happen? Regardless, again, begrudgingly, it's a celebrity. It's WrestleMania. They always put the celebrities over. And then anything goes, literally, conspiracy galore. It's Sami Zayn against the world, jackass and above. Yep. So, somehow, I don't know what to think or expect or how this will end, but I do see Mr. Stuntman, leader of Jackass, outside Steve-O. Oh, good Lord, Steve-O shows up. I see Johnny Knoxville. What if Steve-O's the referee? Anything goes, right? I see Johnny Knoxville somehow being hoisted, yeah, literally hoisted up in victory over Sami Zayn. Oh, Lord, what the hell is this madness going to be? You want to really talk about a circus? This is your definition. Blah, blah, blah. Anything goes match. 70% believe in Johnny Knoxville. 30% believe in Sami Zayn. I guess some people have certainty and others have clarity, and then there's just the middle of the ground that's pure insanity and stupidity. But I digress. For some, this will be entertaining. For others, what the fuck? That being said, Tim, your thoughts on this? Who wins?
Yo, definitely Johnny Knoxville. You can't be Jackass. You know? Because I think, like, I know, like, I think I can see it as a hardcore match, you know? Like, because I know, like, there's gonna be, like, thumbtacks everywhere, like, flaming tables, you know? There's gonna be, like, different kinds of weapons out there. So,
I'm just wondering at this point, is Johnny Knoxville going to inflict more punishment on himself versus Sami Zayn in the name of comedy?
and he's the best celebrity of all the celebrities that's gonna be there at WrestleMania, actually. So,
All right. Well, I'm sure others will debate you on that, but I'll just leave that where it is because I don't watch entertaining things like this. If you call this entertaining, I watch professional wrestling. That being said, Chris, your thoughts on this, man? Where do you stand when it comes to Jackass?
Person, this is just gonna be a fun match.
It's gonna be a fun car wreck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm just gonna go out with a limb. Johnny Knoxville is gonna win.
You sound so enthusiastic behind that prediction. All right, Jeff, your thoughts, if any.
Okay. First of all, anything goes. This is the perfect kind of match for Johnny Knoxville, especially with what he does. I think so. Obviously, he is in the driver's seat in this match. As far as Wee Man goes, I think he's still getting thrown through the table by Brock Lesnar. I don't see how much he would be taking part of this, but it would be cool to see some of the old school Jackass like Bam Margera. I would love to see him come back in, and that would be pretty cool. I've got Knoxville taking this one. As said, this kind of thing is right up his alley. If he gets it can go off a roof in a shopping cart. I think an anything goes match for WrestleMania is it's like a walk in the park. So or stroll, if you will. I'm going Knoxville.
Oh, good grief. I wonder if that big, giant, fake hand's going to come into play and there's going to be a weird high five.
God, I hope so. I hope so.
How you pull that off at WrestleMania? He just goes underneath the ring and just gets suddenly slapped out from underneath. There's going to be so much tomfoolery in this. This is going to be madness. Absolute madness. But I digress. All right. Going away from that insanity back to reality, I'm actually looking forward to this because, boy, is it good to see him back. Bobby Lashley. Look at this bout, guys. The Dominator, the almighty Bobby Lashley takes on the undefeated juggernaut of the WWE, 400 pounds, over 7 feet tall, Omos. Now, this is a clash that makes me excited to watch WrestleMania. Yep. Chris, your thoughts on this match? Bobby Lashley made his return on Monday Night Raw. No MVP in his corner, but MVP seems to be in his corner here. Omos, he's not the greatest in-ring worker, but for a big man, you don't necessarily need to do that to look dominant, and so far, he is undefeated. But we saw Bobby Lashley take him off his feet. So do we get like maybe a WrestleMania 3 moment here where he slams him like Hogan did Andre? What happens here? Chris, your thoughts on this match?
My thoughts on this match is I'm going to go for the almighty Bobby Lashley to hand Omos his first loss in WWE.
That's fair. Let's see here. Jeff, Bobby Lashley voted right now 70%, but Omos at 30%. I feel it's definitely going to be a real proving ground match for Omos to see can he handle himself in the biggest case scenarios on his own. I don't think you can get a bigger match right now for Omos to match up with than Bobby Lashley. Your thoughts on this?
This is Omos's toughest match to date.
Bar none.
Obviously, bar none. Same. Honestly, even with the fact that he faced Brock Lesnar, this is Lashley's toughest match to date. So this one can definitely go either way. But with the fact that Lashley proved he can knock Omos off his feet, did it Monday, I think he'll also give Omos his very first notch in the loss column. So I have Bobby Lashley out, coming coming out of nowhere and being like the David to the Goliath kind of thing. I think he's going to defeat Omos.
It's not going to take a slingshot. It's going to take a spear,
No.
because I can't see him putting the hurt lock on that guy while he's standing vertically, unless he uses the top rope, because Omos is so freaking tall.
I don't think even then, I don't think he can put it in, because Omos's neck is so thick. I don't think he can get the hurt lock in. It's going to have to be
right.
I
mean, you might be right. Well, Tim, we've seen Bobby Lashley take on the likes of giants before. He's taken on Umaga. He's taken on Great Khali. He's taken on Mark Henry. I mean, again, even that poor stint of 2006 ECW, he faced the biggest people possible, including No More BS, Paul White. But as far as this match goes, looking at the present and defining the future, who you got taking the win here, Omos or Bobby Lashley?
I think Bobby Lashley can take the win, because I know, like, Chris Masters, when he was back in the day, he put big people in the master lock too. When he was young, like, he put Great Khali in the master lock. So why can't Bobby Lashley put Omos in the master lock, in the hurt lock? If Chris Masters could do it to big people, why can't Bobby Lashley could do it to Omos?
Well, I mean, hey, if you're going to make a one-of-a-kind moment and truly prove your dominance over all WWE, WrestleMania is the moment to do it, and that would be the case. But regardless, we got Lashley here, folks. All right, well, we're getting towards the end here, guys. Here's our next match, 4 left. And again, Chris, I honor your word. You will be last on this one. It's one of those things where, again, tag team wrestling doesn't matter, but how you get everybody on the card, you do this. As we have a fatal 4-way match, not a gauntlet this time, a fatal 4-way match for the women's tag team championships. As defending champions, Carmella and Queen Selina, they defend the titles against 3 very unique teams, all worthy, I think, of being champions in their own right. We've seen this unique friendship develop now with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. You have the boss, Sasha Banks, and Glow herself, Naomi. And then you have 2 very pure, technical, mean fighters and wrestlers in themselves. Locker room leader for generations, Natalya, and one of the meanest in the game, I'm of course talking about the submissions master, Shayna Baszler. In a fatal 4-way, the champions do not have to be involved in the decision, and if I want to see women's tag team wrestling matter with these props, I want to see new champions regardless. Again, I said and I'll say it again. All the challenging teams look more worthy to be identified as freaking women tag team champions. But how do I see this go? When it comes to these titles, might as well call them Raw, it feels like they have more of an identity on Monday Night Raw than SmackDown. 2 teams are from SmackDown, 2 teams from Raw. One of those teams is literally the champions themselves. And why the craziest thing that could happen is Corey Graves jump over the announce team and help Carmella for reasons. Defend the title. I don't see that happening. Besides, Carmella's going to be wearing a mask. She's not going to be doing any damn thing in this match. That being said, I feel like Liv Morgan deserves the WrestleMania moment here, and Rhea Ripley came into WrestleMania last year and won the Raw Women's Championship. Why not win the Tag Team Championship with Liv Morgan? Where I feel like this alliance is going to go much further and mean more than her last one, which is why she's not involved in WrestleMania at all. Sorry, not sorry. Dumb gimmick. No offense to Sasha Banks and Naomi, but I feel like maybe Sonya Deville is playing Puppet Master here. And again, with Sasha Banks being influenced by Eddie Guerrero, Lie, Cheat, Steal, but also a heavy part of WWE's Evil Special. Who's to say she wouldn't turn on Naomi and that could devolve in a feud itself? Or was Shayna Baszler and Natalya put in by Sonya Deville to maybe cost Naomi and hurt Sasha as well, since she's working with Naomi? How far does the hatred with Sonya Deville and Naomi go? Because you know that's not over by a long shot. Regardless, I'm actually going with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley getting the win here and the WrestleMania moment and becoming the new tag champs. Tim, your thoughts on this match? Who you got?
I think Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. If you look at Monday Night Raw, who won the tag team match? Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Sasha Banks and Naomi. So I think Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley gonna deserve the title match, and they're gonna keep it forever.
Okay. Let's see, Jeff, what we got going on here as far as these 4 teams go. Talk about putting everybody in a match. Good grief. Well, that doesn't surprise me. 6% believe in Queen Selina and Carmella. Gee, I wonder why. Majority actually went with Naomi and Sasha Banks, 62%. While 30% believe in Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, 0 for Shayna Baszler and Natalya.
That surprises me, because you have one of the best technical teams now in this fatal 4-way match. When you put Shayna and Natalya together, you have the complete technical team, and each team, other than the champions, are worthy of holding the titles. In their own, you got 4 different styles. Pretty much is what you got in this match. 4
Oh, yeah.
completely different styles. And yeah, we lost him. I gotta go with my girl Ripley, and I gotta go with Morgan. Morgan's first title is gonna happen at WrestleMania. I have a gut feeling. So Ripley and Morgan to win the tag titles and make it relevant again.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Sorry, folks. Don't worry. Tim will try and get back in here, too. Here we go. Hey. And a shout out to my brother, Paul. Paul, I'll send you the link if you want to come in, maybe talk about the main event. So stay tuned for that while I get you that link. All right, Chris. Now, clearly, again, we're all fans. We're all supporters of women's professional wrestling. And you must clearly have a key interest, I imagine, in at least one person in this 8-way match. So the floor is yours now, my friend, as you want it. You're on last. Who do you see as women tag team champions?
My theory is this. I can see possibly during the show, Naomi gets injured and gets hurt.
Ooh.
Then you pull Naomi from the match knowing Sonya might have attacked her and cost her a moment at WrestleMania.
Put in the fix.
Then Sasha Banks makes her entrance. She's looking for Naomi. I can see where my theory comes in at. Maybe you say, I think Bayley shows up and you do Sasha and Bayley as together. And I'm going to go for new tag team champions. I'm going for Sasha Banks and Naomi to become the new champions. But if Naomi gets hurt and you bring in Bayley, there you go. Sasha and Bayley are tag team champions.
Bring it back to when it first started.
Yeah, exactly. The true most effective, idealistic team for these women tag team championships. And again, I would not rule that out. I just don't see Bayley showing up yet. But I mean, ACL injury. See how long that goes. For those that don't know, gentlemen, this is my best friend from church, my brother in Christ, and also a huge, knowledgeable wrestling trivia guy. He'll actually be contending with the title against Chris Cass this Thursday. Paul, how are you? Good to see you.
Actually, we just finished.
Oh, you did? Okay, well, I can't wait to watch it. Don't spoil it.
No,
all right, nice.
It's already been aired.
Oh, it's already been aired?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well,
I'll have to definitely look that up and see if you won, unless you want to spoil it, but I'll let you save that thought. So we just got done talking about the women's championship match, and everybody's pretty good. It's got some compelling thoughts. We're freaking they're staying on Raw. Chris Roth said that maybe Naomi and Sasha Banks get it for now, but then it turns to Sasha Banks and Bayley. We're not putting any stock into Natalya and Shayna becoming the tag champs, even though this is the most technically sound team. But Shayna Baszler being a former champion with a former partner as well, that could happen too. What's your thoughts towards this match, Paul? Who do you got?
I don't really care.
That's fair.
I don't care about any one of these 4 teams, including the champions. They're all.
Well, again, they gotta give women something to do, right? So it is what it is.
Thrown together teams, all 4
Barely.
of them.
Well, yeah. Again, what's a natural tag team in WWE?
I guess I go with Rhea and Liv. Like.
Okay, well, you're a wise man. That's all I need to hear. All right, well, let's move on, folks. As we finish out here, we got 3 matches left. As we got one last celebrity-based idealism to see does the celebrities own the night. As Pat McAfee will get his WrestleMania debut and his match against Austin Theory, Vince's protege at this point. And this literally has been built off the match made on a podcast, an apology, a selfie, and a game of Benny Hill running. Now we're going to see these two in the ring. Austin Theory's got great potential. Pat McAfee, he surprised the hell out of us back at NXT TakeOver 30 against Adam Cole, and I never thought I would see something like that in a million freaking years.
Oh, yeah.
But that being said, I go by the philosophy, the celebrities get the shine at WrestleMania. I think Pat McAfee goes over here, and that's really all I got to say about that. Paul, do you have any thoughts towards Pat McAfee or Austin Theory? Austin Theory being a former Paul Heyman guy, endorsed Evolve champion.
I think Pat McAfee's going to win, or if if Theory wins, Vince is going to get involved, but I think Vince is going to screw him.
The Vince pulls the screw job. He's like, "You disappointed me, damn it."
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I could go with Vince, Pat McAfee at the next pay-per-view, but I doubt it.
Vince back in the ring? Are you crazy?
No.
Well, who am I kidding? This guy
That's
believes he's
supposed to
immortal.
happen.
So
It was
He'd
going to
break
happen.
a hip going down the ramp.
they bring a coccyx just like he did that Royal Rumble with John Cena and Batista, and just sit there. Oh, if that moment happens again, I'm gonna fall on my chair. Jeff, your thoughts on this match, bringing up that possible scenario.
Well, this is the match I'm really looking forward to on night 2, to be completely honest with you. McAfee, as you said, he really impressed me both with the match with Adam Cole as well as the War Games match. He was absolutely phenomenal in there. I was blown away. So I don't see how McAfee can honestly lose right now. They've got Austin Theory as this goofball selfie taking prick who basically kisses Vince's butt. Well, he's going to kiss it one too many times, and it'll be stuck there. And well, needless to say, we got ourselves a Pat McAfee winner. He couldn't win with Indianapolis, but at least he can win at WrestleMania. So there we go.
Okay, first off, ouch. Secondly, you're not wrong. Even I understand that. I don't watch sports. Let's see here. Tim, Pat McAfee voted by 69% of the NoDQ Galaxy, while 30% believe Austin Theory might pull out the win here. Maybe he uses the phone and hits him in the face. Your thoughts on this match, Tim?
I think Pat McAfee is going to win because look at Austin Theory. He's always on a losing streak. He lost to Finn Balor. He lost to everybody else on Raw. I don't think he deserves, I think Pat McAfee is going to probably destroy his ass like 1, 2, 3 count. As simple as that.
Hey, I like that. Yo, shout out to my ATW brother, JD Ultra. Stay tuned, folks, for a new ATW view that will be up on this YouTube channel later this week. Chris, your thoughts on this match? Pat McAfee, he already voiced his opinion, what he thinks that Austin Theory is. And now, whether or not they have one last little face-to-face this Friday night on SmackDown, that's who's to say. But Sunday night, does Pat McAfee get the win over Austin Theory at WrestleMania in his WrestleMania debut?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm actually going to go for Austin Theory to defeat Pat McAfee.
Oh.
Well, there's always got to be some odd one out. But again, based on the scenarios you all pointed out, the Vince factor, it could happen.
Yep.
So I wouldn't rule it out. But yeah, I still say Pat McAfee gets the win here. All right. Now here's to the second most important match of the night. And honestly, my most look forward to match of the night. Because... you think you know me? Well, I don't know now if we know him, but AJ Styles is going to learn about him as this newly dark identity in Edge, calling himself the benchmark, the mountain of the WWE, takes on the phenomenal AJ Styles. Oh, man, this is going to be one hell of a wrestling clinic. All right. I'm going to shut up. Hey, Paul. You're a fan of AJ Styles. We literally chanted TNA during the Royal Rumble. Now, as far as I know, Edge has never had any influence in TNA, unlike Christian Cage. But what's your thoughts towards this match, especially with a new evil Edge renewed?
I'll be honest, I haven't watched a whole lot of WWE period lately.
Don't blame
but I mean, what I've heard, Edge has been sounds cool what he's done lately, but I don't know who to pick. I'd love to see AJ win. Right. I mean, Edge is still can so. Edge is not retiring, and again, it's still full time. I see he's staying full time right now. So
he said he's going to control the rest of his run. Let's see what JJ says here. I go Edge going over. Typo. Botch. Edge. I heard you. Well, again, with this new persona that Edge has adapted with a new darker demeanor, literally with the dark purple suits, and a new theme, I still can't believe he finally changed his theme. Thankfully, same band, but still, if this is going to be a longer-term thing, I feel like this is going to be a longer-term thing. If this new persona is going to go over, I think Edge has to get the win here. AJ Styles deserves WrestleMania moment, but right now the bigger focal point, I feel like, is Edge and this developed identity. So I do have Edge winning here, too. Let's see here. Who wanted to go last? No one said less than this. All right, Tim, your thoughts on this match? AJ Styles back at WrestleMania. Last time he was in this venue, he faced Chris Jericho, fell short. Last time he was at WrestleMania last year, he won the Tag Team Championships. He beat Randy Orton back at WrestleMania 35 and got buried, cinematically, by The Undertaker at WrestleMania 36. What happens here?
I think that Rated R Superstar from Canada is going to destroy this, whatever, this guy from Georgia. Like, from AJ Styles, phenomenal one, whatever you call him. But I think the rated R Superstar Edge is going to win.
All right. Chris, AJ Styles, he's the guy that's finishing out his career in WWE, bar none. Edge, I would say this is his last run, but he's not stopping anytime soon. Neither of these men are. There's a lot that could come out of this feud. Maybe the next champion of Monday Night Raw, whatever title they put there, too. Your thoughts towards this match?
Well, I'm looking forward to this match with Edge and AJ Styles. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to go for Edge to defeat AJ Styles.
All right. Jeff, 72% believe in Edge, 28% believe in AJ Styles. Could we maybe get a disqualification here, and does Edge just further personify maybe his persona, protect his ego? But AJ Styles gets the win. Is this going to be clean? Is this a one-off? What's your expectations here? Who you got?
I can't see this Edge losing. This is the Edge that I've been waiting to see for quite a while, and we've seen many different sides of Edge, but we've never actually seen Edge, and now we're getting to see it. I don't see how he's going to lose. So I've got Edge taking the victory over AJ Styles.
Yeah, I feel like another thing we can all agree on. It's going to be an awesome match, no doubt. Possibly a match of the night, match of the weekend, when you consider these two and what they bring to the table. Again, AJ Styles, one of the strongest, longest-going in-ring workers of all time. There's a reason why he's called phenomenal. Edge, master opportunist, psychologist. We'll see what happens here. I'm curious maybe if this new persona leads to a different finisher. But we'll have to wait and see. Well, guys, we've gone the distance, but there's one thing that this really comes down to, and they're booking it as the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. Winner take all, championship unification, as the WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar, goes one-on-one for the Universal Championship against the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, and the longest reigning Universal Champion in the modern era, Roman Reigns. With what these two have done, turning their personalities a complete 360 since their first encounter back at WrestleMania 31, and it all seems to culminate and come ahead here, this match right here truly could go either way, and when you think about the psychology and the storytelling standpoint, it really has held up. We saw how this really came forward at the Royal Rumble, where Paul Heyman and the head of the table cost Brock Lesnar the WWE Championship. Then Brock won the Royal Rumble. Next thing you know, Brock, he didn't want to simply go after one title. He wanted the other title as well to challenge for the other title. Brock wanted this to begin with. So what does he do? He goes to the Elimination Chamber, wins the WWE Championship, and then makes it official. I'm challenging you at WrestleMania, but I'm also putting this on the line. Let's unify these two belts. Now, I will say this. This honestly is the most entertaining I have ever seen Brock Lesnar in his career. It's scary. It's like this is the real person. This is the guy you fought that was like, introvert, couldn't stand people, punch you in the blink of an eye. Still probably would. But he really has come out to give us the most entertaining personality we've probably ever seen in WWE. And that's saying something. Then you got Roman Reigns, the guy that was shoved down our throats, constantly booed out of the building, but finally became himself and was allowed to unleash who he was with the help of his enhanced acting career. And you've seen what he's become, the head of the table, the tribal chief. The world acknowledges this man. And Roman Reigns, he basically summed it up perfectly. He's done everything in this business, but beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Does he finally click that last notch? Does he finally cement himself above everybody else, then, now, and forever in this company? Or does history simply repeat itself and the head of the table gets humbled by a renewed and released beast incarnate out for blood? But this time, is this the last go-around for these two as well? There is so much to think about with this freaking match. Good Lord Almighty. Let's see what JD's has to say here. Roman needs to go over on this match. He needs to keep the title until The Rock comes back, and even then, he still needs to be The Rock to conclude the story of the tribal chief head of the table. So JD Ultra is already booking the next year's story in advance. It looks like he's already played his shot. Before you all give your picks, you know there's 32 people so far in the NoDQ Galaxy that put in their vote. 21% believe in Brock, 70% believe in Roman Reigns. Now, one particular individual here said he wanted to be last. He knows who he is. I'm going to leave it alone.
Wait,
so
Noah.
Now it's on you guys.
Noah.
Jeff, you are first.
Well, you pretty much summed it up. This is the best Brock that we've seen. This is the most entertaining Brock that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best Brock that this is the Brock that, out of all the 20 years that he's wrestled, the most enjoyable for me. Because he is himself. He's not a character. He is himself. On the flip side of the coin, Roman Reigns. This is the best Roman Reigns we've seen in his career. And so you have the best versus the best right here. And that's what makes this match so difficult to pick a winner. But momentum, yes, Roman's had the title for 560 days or whatever the case may be. But I see him losing. I see the head of the table getting knocked off his platform at WrestleMania, and I see Brock Lesnar walking away with both belts.
Wow. All right. Tim, let's go with you next, my friend. What do you guys say?
I said the head of the table was going to win against a country boy, whatever you want to call him. From the down
Cowboy
south.
Brock.
Cowboy, yes.
Yeah, Cowboy Brock or Country Boy Brock, wherever he is from, Tennessee, wherever he yeah. I think the head of the table is going. Because I can see, like, Usos helping him, and so is Sequoia coming up helping on the match.
Just so that Sequoia makes a surprise appearance and becomes the new member of the Bloodline. That'd be a wild angle, but then, like,
Yep.
Who are you? But, okay. Wild booking. I like it. Paul, I know you don't watch much, but you know Roman Reigns, you know Brock Lesnar, you've seen the clips, you've seen the highlights, we talk about Sunday mornings at times. This has to be an end game with these two. And again, one person hasn't done something against the other. Does he finally do it too? Who you got?
I gotta go with. I want it to be Brock. I want the reign to be over. He's my pick. I don't like him going part-time, going back to part-time, and then you have no world title on television though. But Roman's beaten everybody. Like, okay, if he wins the title, does he face Raw guys and SmackDown? I mean, he's gonna have to. Like,
I would think he would work double time.
he has to face the SmackDown wrestler for the title, and I don't know how long.
That's just Cesaro.
What? Oh yeah, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you got Brock.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to submit my picks right now too at the same time.
I mean, again, your picks, you could change them because I know we're fickle until Friday night at midnight. Then after that, I click the button that stops you guys from changing your picks. They are finalized midnight Friday night, not a minute later. That's how big this weekend is, and that's how much work I'm going to be putting in. Oh, Lord Almighty. That being said, now it's me. Dang you all. Oh, man. Especially with the fact that they said that they're going to have a title, no matter what, on Monday Night Raw, which almost makes the title unification irrelevant. It's almost like they're retiring a title like they retired Big Gold, which I'm still mad about to this day. And someone showed me a design. Oh, it's just the WWE Championship with the blue banner now versus the red. Really? That's creative. That being said, I look at both of these men. I look at what you both say. I think about the constant worker. I honestly don't think Brock Lesnar's down by a long shot, but Roman Reigns hasn't let up either. I don't see either of these men leaving for a period in defeat. That's why it's also hard to call. It'd be easier to know, okay, this guy's going to be the focal point every week on the shows, blah, 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 blah. And then what's the bigger show here? Is it SmackDown or is it Raw? I would think it's SmackDown at this point because, well, Roman Reigns. That being said, though, it is the one thing he has yet to do. He's got the full head of the table theme he's going into, the whole persona, the whole identity, and this year's WrestleMania as well, in front of the biggest audience to date for the Tribal Chief. Same can be said for Brock Lesnar, who's no stranger to this, but this Brock Lesnar is going into his biggest match of his career. Dadgummit! I feel like blood will be shed, but something right now, considering why one man hasn't done something against the other. And right now, the bloodline, yeah, they got nobody else, but it's the only thing left at this point in freaking WWE that pushes sales. And yeah, he did give, everybody pretty much a run for their money. There is like nobody left unless they refresh the roster. They haven't even built nobody worthy to challenge him next.
Nope.
But
Right.
if they don't do this for Roman, I honestly don't know what Roman does from here. There's no hints that he's going to Hollywood or not. Oh, man. There's that golden principle. You don't bet against Roman Reigns, but do you bet against Roman when he faces this Brock Lesnar? Something in me just thinking about, he's got friends, by the way, too. He's got the bloodline. There's going to be everything thrown against the world to finally break this beast, who's going to be more serious than ever. I feel both men are going to shed blood this time, too. But I'm going to say, as of right now, I got Roman Reigns winning and finally notching the last thing in his career, and that's beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Chris, this is it. Your final statement, your final prediction, your final stand for the whole weekend. You wanted to be Lesnar for a reason. Bring it home. Who do you got?
Well, after my pick, can I do my plug because I have to get to bed and I have work in the morning. So
yeah, definitely.
Oh, wait, thank you. My prediction for this match is going to be a great match. I'm nervous about it.
You and everyone else.
Personally, I'm going into this WrestleMania knowing that I want to be winning this for the third year in a row by conquering Brock Lesnar. The first time with Seth Rollins. Second time, Drew McIntyre. Last year, it didn't count because he never showed up. Now, I'm counting this year being the third year in a row. I'm going to say Roman Reigns will win, and everybody's going to acknowledge him. And for my plug, I want to thank you guys for allowing me on here tonight. You guys can follow me on my Facebook, my Instagram, CMROTZ_6472. My Snapchat is C_Rod17. Just hit me up and I'll be more than welcome to chat with you guys. Thank you again, and I'll be back here next time.
Well, with that being said, Chris, goodbye and good night, and thank you for your final thoughts. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have gone through the entire WrestleMania weekend, NXT 2.0 included. There's going to be a lot of insanity galore. And again, at this point, there's only one real unknown, and that's who Seth's going to face. And again, it's going to be Cody. But that being said, I really can't think of anything else to say at this point besides let's buckle up and get ready for the craziest weekend of professional wrestling once again this year as everything comes ahead underneath the umbrella of Dallas, Texas. What's Jay said? It's comfortable. This is the best Brock we have, but unfortunately, Roman needs to win him for many, many reasons. Well, again, I think there's one key reason, but honestly, I still feel like this is 50-50. They're really going to have to try and change my perspective this Friday night on WrestleMania SmackDown, but I don't see that happening. That being said, that's all I got. So, Paul, any closing remarks or thoughts or anything you want to plug or promote?
Go watch my Wrestling with Trivia on on Pierce Wrestling YouTube. Nothing to do with WrestleMania, but.
All right, fair enough. Simple as that. I guess you got work also, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, go get some sleep, man. I'll talk to you this weekend at church. God bless you.
Yeah.
All right. Tim, always a pleasure, my friend. Good luck to you this weekend. Anything you want to plug or promote, last thoughts, where can people find you?
Meltdown, GPL, all the other AFW. I just can't wait to the Battle Bowl between Meltdown and GPL this weekend. So GPL all day represents Sean's group. So yeah.
All right, fair enough. And may the best group win. Jeff, we are in for a wild weekend, man. I don't know where we're going to stand come freaking Monday morning. I'm going to take a social media break for sure after all this madness. But anything you want to plug or promote, where can people find you?
I'm just glad I don't have to work Monday. Well,
lucky day, lucky.
I know, right? Well, you can find me on Meltdown, Meltdown 316 on Twitter. We, as Tim was mentioning, we have MCPL versus Sean's League GPL, the invasion angle coming up this weekend. So, trying to figure out which league is the better of the two. Tim is on the opposing league, which is why I did this. But
good night, Paul.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun no matter what. This is a great week in wrestling. I mean, there's just so much going on that this is like the best time of year, and it's the best time to be a wrestling fan right now, and I'm just so happy to be a part of this.
Bar none, and again, it's always a pleasure, my friend. I'm sure I'll be, again, I got you for roundtables whenever you need me.
Awesome.
All right. Well, guys, again, I think that's all we got to say, so if you want to know more about me, know this, I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. God bless this industry, but I digress. I'm sure you've covered already, but who do you guys pick between Becky and Bianca to stay on topic? Ronda and Charlotte, I'm curious. I picked new champions in both cases.
Yep.
Anyway, they basically did the same thing too. So find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Foster1916. Keep following this simple YouTube channel for all sorts of things wrestling. There'll be a new ATW view within the next day or two, courtesy of my ATW crew, so stay tuned for more on that. The simple and powerful duo, me and Jerry Impact, will be back to give you our preview predictions and coverage of the multiverse of matches. And yes, there will be a forum for that too, as that will be the next event of the Impact Predictions League. And also for the first time since its resurgence, and who knows what's to come, I am starting a Ring of Honor Predictions League. If you haven't checked it out already, check out the Ring of Honor Supercard Predictions panel I did on the Jeff Meacham Network, and the forum for Ring of Honor will be out some point tomorrow too. As always, I'd like to conclude, there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no bears, just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. And say yes to NoDQ. And stay tuned to NoDQ for all the continued coverage of WrestleMania weekend and the predictions leagues on their platforms, Twitter and Facebook as well, for NXT, for Ring of Honor, for Impact Wrestling, and of course, the WWE. Until next time, folks, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, hit the bell notification on this channel, hit the subscribe button, help me keep growing this channel. Shout out to all 227 of you who will be on this fun YouTuber creators journey. It's not to be anytime soon. I'm going out on the most busy week in my YouTube content creation career this week. So again, you'll see what's ahead on this silly YouTube channel in the days to come. And also stay tuned for the Daily Slam. I'll be giving coverage for AEW Rampage as always. We'll see what happens with Dynamite 2 along with Cairo and Cindy G. So, I think that's it. So, on behalf of the entire NoDQ Galaxy and the NoDQ family and my church brother Paul, thank you all for tuning in to this fun, wild preview and predictions panel for the entire WrestleMania weekend. I wish everybody all the best. I hope you all enjoy this show. I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Enjoy life too. Make it stupendous. Not just this weekend, but in general too. And until next time, I just hope you all enjoy, as always, life. And have a good day or night whenever you may watch this, wherever you are. Stay protected. Always look forward. And just try and do right. In and out of the internet, too. Good grief. There's enough chaos in this maddening world. You don't need to add it on social media.
Exactly.
Good night, folks, and thank you for tuning in again. Yep, I got you, Jeff. And thank you, Tim. Bye, everybody.